signs your body may need more digestive enzymes. Every time you eat, your body uses digestive enzymes to break down foods into smaller parts, like sugars, fats, and amino acids, so that your body can absorb them. But without enough enzymes, that food can sit longer in your gut undigested. Millions of people aren't making enough enzymes, and this can lead to bloating, gas, brain fog, and nutrient deficiencies because their bodies simply can't fully absorb what they're eating. Today, let's look at the clear signs that your enzymes may be low and how to naturally increase your supply of them. One of the most common signs is having gas after eating dairy. When you don't have enough of an enzyme called lactase made by your small intestine, the natural sugar from milk and dairy foods doesn't break down fully, causing bloating. However, eating small amounts of kefir daily can supply natural lactase to help you with dairy digestion, or you could even use lactase enzyme drops in your milk. And then there's oily or floating stools. Stools that float, seem greasy, or they stick to the toilet bowl means that fat isn't being fully digested, either because your pancreas isn't releasing enough lipase enzymes or the gallbladder isn't releasing enough bile to fully dissolve fatty foods. Try to eat more bitter foods like arugula, radish, and lemon water because this will help trigger bile and enzyme release. Sign 3 is that meat may make you nauseous. Have you noticed that sometimes you feel nauseous at the thought of eating meat or fish? This is very common, and it often happens when your stomach acid is not strong enough, or perhaps your pancreas isn't releasing enough protease, the enzymes used to break down protein. Using apple cider vinegar mixed in water before your meals can help with this, but I'll talk more about how to strengthen your digestive juices later in this video. 4. Undigested plants in your stool. Now, amylase is an important digestive enzyme made in your mouth, in your saliva, that helps to break down starches in foods like potatoes, grains, seeds, bananas, or corn, for example. However, if you're starting to notice chunks of undigested food in your stool, it's possible that you're not chewing your food long enough to allow amylase to break it down. And then we have brain fog after eating. Your liver makes a very important liquid called bile, which works with enzymes to break down fatty foods so that you can absorb certain nutrients needed for your brain, like choline or omega-3. But if you're feeling very mentally sluggish or foggy after a meal, it could mean that your liver is also a bit sluggish. Watch my video, The Liver-Brain Connection, for more information on how to improve this. Sign number 6 is muscle loss with age. One of the main reasons that people's muscles get smaller as they age is because they aren't absorbing enough cholesterol to make testosterone, or they're not absorbing enough amino acids from meats, fish, and eggs to keep those muscles strong. This often happens because stomach acids get weaker as we age, and less protease enzymes are released to help you absorb these nutrients. Pineapple, papaya, and apple cider vinegar can all help to improve stomach acid pH and enzyme release. Number 7 is pretty common. It's constipation. If you're not going to the toilet regularly or your bowel movements are slow and difficult, this may also be a sign of generally low digestive enzymes, so it's taking too long to soften and break down waste. Drinking more water with a pinch of sea salt can stimulate better release of enzymes in the digestive tract. And also, eating fermented cabbage can help to speed up the motility of this waste through the colon. Foul breath after a meal. If your digestive enzymes aren't breaking down protein properly, it can sit and ferment in your gut, causing gas and digestive fluids to rise up and regurgitate, causing very sour-smelling breath after eating. Again, more tips on how to beat this later. And the next sign is dry skin, brittle nails, or hair loss. You can use lotions, creams, and serums all day long, or even use supplements like zinc, B vitamins, and omega-3s. but your skin, nails, and hair will still be very dry if you aren't absorbing those nutrients properly. This is why it is so important to have strong stomach acid and a good flow of digestive enzymes. And finally, we have pressure under the right side of the rib cage. When you're low in digestive enzymes or the liver and gallbladder isn't releasing enough bile, you can get an overgrowth of microbes in the small intestine causing excessive bloating. This triggers that feeling or a pressure under the right rib cage, which can sometimes also refer into your right shoulder as well. Thinning out your bile using TUDCA, drinking more water, or eating sulfur-rich foods usually helps a great deal in this situation. So why are you low in digestive enzymes in the first place? As we get older, our stomach acid naturally becomes weaker, and without that acid signal, your pancreas simply doesn't release enough enzymes. If you've been under a lot of chronic stress, rushing your meals, or eating on the go, your nervous system stays in what we call the fight or flight mode, which actually shuts digestion off. Taking acid blockers, eating ultra-processed foods, or grazing all day can also confuse your body's enzyme release rhythm, leading to bloating, gas, and fatigue. Even as something as not chewing your food properly means your enzymes don't have the activation time that they need. So what can you do about it? Let's have a look at how to boost digestive enzymes naturally. Firstly, you'll want to chew longer, taking twice as long to chew your food, giving amylase time to activate in your saliva. This also sends a signal to your stomach to start releasing digestive juices. Do not graze all day. Very important. Snacking too often stops the full enzyme wave, so try to leave at least 6 hours between meals to allow for complete food breakdown. Bitter starters. Have a few bites of bitter foods like arugula, lemon, or radish before meals to naturally trigger bile flow and enzyme release. Support your bile. Healthy fats like egg yolks and olive oil can help your liver to make bile, while bitter herbs help to keep it flowing, supporting fat digestion and clearing out gallbladder sludge. Digestive enzyme blends with added ox bile and betaine hydrochloride are also available in all of the health food stores. Eat enzyme foods. Pineapple, papaya, kiwi, and broccoli sprouts all contain natural enzymes that help to break down protein, carbs, and fats. And also feed your gut cells. Fermented foods like kefir, sauerkraut, and kimchi help friendly bacteria in your gut make more enzymes to reduce bloating and indigestion. And I also suggest using lemon and apple cider vinegar water. A tall glass of this before a meal will gently boost stomach acid, which sends the signal to your pancreas to release more enzymes.